Alright, this is Mr. Rouse. I'm here teaching you math again. I know, I can't believe it. 10.7. This is dealing with shapes, patterns, okay? And if I believe, there's not a lot of pattern lessons. And so the kids have to be able to recognize patterns in different ways and different forms. So if you look here and we just take this square box, you got red, black, blue. Red, black, blue, red, black. So what is it? It's obviously red, black. We'll put an L. Oh, as that looks funky. We'll put an L and then a blue. Okay, and then they would have to list the next couple. So what would it go? Red, black, blue. Okay, this one, you can see these are pretty obvious. I like this one, though, where it's up and then down and then up, but a different color. So you got to recognize. There was one on the U-tips test. I kept throwing kids off. It had a triangle, and like this part was shaded. And then it showed it this way, and it was shaded, and it showed it, not that I can draw an upside down triangle, and it shaded it this way, and then it said, where would it go next? Well, if it's up, and then it's over, and then it's down, of course you're going to, not that I can draw shapes that aren't, okay, here we go, we'll try this again. But it's got to be over and shaded. And that threw students off on the patterns test like crazy. Here's some others. So if you look at the arrows, they're going to have one just like this on your homework. It goes up and then 2 down, up, 2 down. So what would be the next 2? Well, you've got an up, so you would have 2 down and an up. So here, star, 2 arrows, star, and arrow. So you would go another arrow and a star, 2 arrows and a star. So you start to see these patterns, and you just have to keep them going. I mean, that's all today's lesson is, but there's one on the homework that has a circle, and then it goes like this. And then it goes like this. 3, and then 2, and then 1. And it shows how many are here. This throws kids off on that U-tips pattern like crazy. And what kids need to start learning is, okay, there's 1 there, there's 3 there, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6 there. So kids need to go, okay, how do I get from 1 to 3? Yes, it's a plus 2. How do I get from 3 to 6? It's a plus 3. So now my next one's going to have how many? Yeah, we're going to go for a plus 4. So my next one would have 10. And then a plus 5. So my next one would have 15. A plus 6 would have 21. And so kids are, what I find is just, it's a bad word to say, but with a lack of another word, they're lazy to do this part. They want to just be able to see it and it magically pops in their head going, I know what it is. But what I find with patterns is, especially this type of patterns, you got to write it down. Figure out how many in between and then just add to it. So you just got to stop being lazy and do the work and figure out what that pattern is showing, the in-between, and write it down. This is Mr. Rouse teaching 10.7. Hope you enjoyed. Next time, we'll start a new unit. What? So, have a good night.